Alright, today we're gonna tour around the world. We're gonna go ahead and go to different countries around the world. Okay, so touring around the world is actually a very expensive and very costly thing to do. And not only that, the hassle of going out, booking your flight, booking a hotel, and booking all those sort of things. It's something like a kind of a really big hassle for somebody. We're gonna tour around the world by just trying all the dish and all the delicacies and menu that we could get from different countries. Okay? We're gonna go ahead and go to different countries around the world. But first, let's go to, where do you want to go? Where?
Canada.
Yay, let's go to Canada. So we're going to Canada, Australia, India, Russia, Korea, Japan. Going to different countries is actually trying their food. So that's what we're trying to do. You want a snack? So actually we're going to do that. That is going to cook something, a snack or a staple food for Canadians, and that they call it the Nanaimo Bar. Nanaimo Bar, and also poutine, and I've made a research on that. We're going to kick off by going to Canada, and Canada is actually a northern part of North America. It's actually the second largest country in the world by area, behind Russia.
So at the moment, let's take a little tour to Canada while listening to this cool country song.
Timmy's and hockey, syrup and bacon, Molson and Mounties at your can stations, throwing on some cheese and gravy on top of our fries. That's a poutine. And we wear our plaid sweaters when we walk amongst the northern lights. Rockies and prairies, oceans and lakes, other than winter, all the seasons are great. Brushing off the snow a little longer than we'd like.
There you go. So let's take it away.
Today we're going to cook a very famous food in Canada known as the Nanaimo Bar. The Nanaimo Bars originated from the city of British Columbia, Canada, the Great White North.
At the moment, let's zoom in into an amazing and interesting street named after the Nanaimo City in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Let's try to look at the actual view of this peaceful, wonderful street. It seems mesmerizing with its greenery, the meats, the hustle and the bustle of the city, and interests me to go above and beyond. Vancouver Island is renowned for its spectacular beauty and for the warm, nature-loving people that live there. That is just a ferry away from real Nanaimo City. On the east coast of Vancouver Island, about 111 kilometers north of Victoria, is a charming community of Nanaimo. Minutes away from the downtown Nanaimo is a beautiful Newcastle Island, offers a peaceful retreat from the city. An island that is history-rich in tradition and legend. In fact, Canada is known for a traditional statue of birds and humans stacked. They call them the totem poles. That can be seen mostly in Vancouver Island. A touchdown on the city proper of Nanaimo, where the first popular use of the name Nanaimo Bar in print was in 1953 Edith Adams' cookbook published by the Vancouver Sun. The recipe of the day, winner of a $1 prize, was not that recognized. It wasn't until it was finally named as Nanaimo Bar on April 11, 1953. In the late 1940s, that cake-based recipe was floating around British Milltown that exhilarate that added custard and chocolate and shared it around, and the rest is history.
Alright, I can't wait to do it, so here are the ingredients. So we have the ingredients for the Nanaimo Bar. Let's get started. Now that I have all the classic ingredients to make a Nanaimo Bar, the chocolate cookie crust, and the buttery custard layer, and also the chocolate ganache, which is poured on top till it solidifies. Can't wait to do it. Start with the cookie crumb crust by using these ingredients. There you are. Walnut, which is very optional. And of course, all of the other classic ingredients. Okay, let's do it.
Our cookie crumb crust starts with a cup of graham cracker crumbs. Now that sounds like a tongue twister to me. Then to make it chocolatey, add 6 teaspoons of cocoa powder and let it blend in. To add a texture, add a cup of unsweetened desiccated coconut. And to add more texture and nutty flavor that invites you once you slice and see the crust, I'm going to add a half a cup of walnut, which is pretty optional. Give them a stir to combine. Now add 6 tablespoons of melted butter and pour that in. Then I'm going to crack a single egg to stick them all together. Give them another stir and evenly mix them. Ready a 5x11 baking pan lined with silver foil. It's also pretty optional for you to bake them, because this is the only portion of this bar recipe that does go to the oven to bake it off for 12 minutes at 350. Let's spread out our mixture and press it evenly into the bottom. Ensure that evenly distributed and level them. Now let's build our custard layer by creaming out 200 grams of butter. Like any other butter cream, I'm going to add the first cup of confectioner sugar, or also known as icing sugar, to start. While I'm smoothing it out a little bit, I'm going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of custard powder, which is a key ingredient that sets the Nanaimo Bar apart from the ordinary chocolate square bar done in this style. I'll measure in 3 teaspoons of milk to soften our custard mixture. And don't worry if it looks sloppy and messy at this point, but once I add the other cup of icing sugar, it'll all smooth out. It is but important to cool down the crust to room temperature before you put on the butter filling that we're making. Butter filling on top of the warm crust equals puddle of oil from the butter, which you will observe later. Have a little drizzle of salt. Now let's scoop out all those custard mixture down to the pan. And remember, you don't have to chill this filling before you start the chocolate ganache that then gets poured on top. All you gotta do is just spread out this custard filling on top of the cookie crumb crust, evenly distributed, and level them. Finally, the layer of chocolate ganache that is poured on top. I'm going to use a Belgian chocolate to my indulgence, but you could start with your chocolate bar of your choice, but some prefer dark and some prefer light sweetened ones. Cut them into cubes, then put them into a water bath with barely simmering water, then put them in a baking bowl on top. Add a quarter of butter, so it will be smooth and easier to slice without cracking.
So after making our chocolate ganache, we're going to pour it on top and make it even.
Now gently spread our chocolate ganache on top and follow your indulgence. Spread them out evenly all over the areas of our custard layer till it covers all length of the pan.
Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy.
Drizzle a pinch of rock sisal to balance a salty sensation in the midst of that sweet escape.
Alright, so here's our Nanaimo Bar. We're gonna slice them up and put it into blocks. Let's do it.
Use a serrated knife to cut through gently on top of the chocolate to prevent it to crack. Measure equal amount of squares per serving. Then a chopping knife would finish our craft.
Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum.
Alright, so hi folks. Okay, hi folks. So this is our Nanaimo Bar. We're gonna have a taste test today. Let's do it. Let's have a taste test. This is perfect with a glass of milk. So we're gonna give these kids one Nanaimo Bar. Okay, try it out. Okay, try it out. How does it taste? How does it taste? Not only that, please share and subscribe, and don't forget to smash that button on the left so you can have notification of our upcoming tour around the world, the next tour. So next time we're going to travel around the world again. This time we're going to India. So please watch out.